What's up, COD Nation? My name is Graybeard Gamer, and this is my first Black Ops 3 video. I've done some other stuff on YouTube, but this is the first Black Ops 3 video, and I wanted to do this for the average to below average player like myself. I have a little background. I have a little above 1 KD. I get a lot of kills, but I also get a lot of deaths, as you'll see later on in the match. But I want to come up with a strategy that helps the average to below average player get their mid-range and sometimes upper mid-range kill streaks. What you'll see me do throughout most of this match is kind of run back and forth between A and C and trying to capture those flags. It's an easy way to get XP, and it's an easy way to build up towards your kill streaks. As you'll see here, I'm running back over to C where we spawned at. The enemy is taking C, so I don't necessarily mind them taking C as long as I can get it back pretty quickly. As you can see here, you need to put yourself in this position right here when you capture the C flag. What this does is it shields you from the enemies coming up the hill to your right, but it also allows you to see down the hill when enemies are coming up. So it gives you kind of an advantage. The kill streaks that I'm running today are UAV, Hardened Sentry, and Cerebus, and they're pretty good for this map. The Hardened Sentry, though, is a little bit disappointing because it seems easy to take out for the enemy. But that's a problem I guess we're all facing right now. As you can see, I've already built up to my Hardened Sentry, and I'm just what I do here is I make a mistake that all of the average or below average players like myself make, is to take too many risks. I should have held back, hung back a little bit, let that enemy come out, and then taken care of him and then taken C again. But I was in a hurry. I wanted to build up my streaks. And here's another mistake that we make is senseless deaths like that, running off the map. Heading back over to C-Dom because I want to just keep that constantly going, because you're kind of protected by doing this, because you don't get flanked a whole lot because you're running just between spawns, and if you're coming from your spawn, they're not going to be spawning behind you. Again, taking unnecessary risk here, and I've got another death, which is a little bit frustrating because I have a pretty decent match at the end. I think my kill death ratio is above 2 at the end of this match. I think I ended up 33-14, but it's just senseless deaths that plague us all. And what you'll see here is just me trying to make sure that I'm able to build up towards my streaks, back to the same spot again. And even if they come, as you'll see here, to try to prevent me from taking the flag, a lot of times they can't see you. Like this enemy right here, he had no idea where I was at. So now I've already got my UAV and my Hardened Sentry. So I back off into the tunnel, gives me an opportunity to regroup, see where the enemy's spawning at, and it looks like they're going to be spawning back at C, so I'm going to ease back over here. Now what I'm doing, I've got all 3 of my kill streaks here, and a mistake that we routinely make is we go ahead and throw those out there, but I'm trying to be mindful of the time and the score, so I'm going to give it just a minute before I throw those out and do it at the start of the second half to give my team an advantage. If we start out the second half capturing B, there's a really good chance on this map that you're going to hold it and win. B-Dom on Hunted is very difficult to capture, so if we can get it using my Hardened Sentry, then we'll probably win the match. So you always want to be a team player. You always want to try to play objectively. You're not going to have playing objectively unless you're a great player, which, you know, there's a lot of them out there on YouTube. If you're not one of those players, you're not going to have 50 kills a match or whatever. But in my opinion, you know, 33-14 is pretty decent. It's a good match, good rate for me anyway. I didn't see this guy right here. He jumped over me and killed me, which not a whole lot you can do about that. You're going to have some death that you just can't do anything about. But if we as average players can eliminate the senseless deaths, then we go above average and become the good players that you see on YouTube a lot. Right here, I have all 3 of my streaks, so I'm going to run down here, and I want to put my hardened sentry right on B. I want to be able to capture B immediately, like I said, so that it gives our team an advantage in this match. And we're already up considerably, but I want to put it away. I was able to take out that enemy, taking cover here to reload, and I make another mistake here, a senseless death. I roll out, I see that my teammates are spawning over at C, so instead of rolling back around to the tunnel, I come out here in the middle of the map where you never want to be and get killed. So at this point, I want to operate the Cerberus because the Cerberus is garbage if you don't operate it yourself. It may pick you up 1 or 2 kills, but that's pretty much it. And what you'll see here is I kind of go ham on these enemies with the Cerberus. I think I pick up 11 kills, trying to figure out where they're spawning at. Once I figure it out, I roll over into their spawn. What I want to do here is try to spawn trap them with the Cerberus to give us a few more points in case they do take B dom. It'll give us that much more of an advantage. And as you can see here, they're all trying to run up the hill. They're all trying to cut across the map. And I think I pick up a 4-piece right here. Yeah. And I'm just laying waste to the enemies. I'm sitting here at this point because I'm expecting somebody to come up the hill. They don't, so I start making my way down the hill. I don't want to go too far into their spawn because I don't want to flip the spawns. So I'm trying to hang back a little bit, able to take that enemy out, and I'm rolling back to the top of the hill, anticipating that they're going to be spawning back here. However, I think at this point they start spawning over at the patio, which is another spot they spawn at. So I roll down, see this enemy, take him out, see one more, and I'm able to take him out as well. So that's 11 kills with the Cerberus that I was able to get. And again, I'm just an average player. Anybody can do this. So time ran out on the Cerberus, and this is where I get a little bit reckless, and you get a lot of deaths being careless. I'm looking up at the UAV map here and get shot by the enemy instead of paying attention. What I should have realized at this point too is I could have thrown up my UAV and probably avoided a death or two. I think at this point I die 6 or 7 times in a row and still end up at 33 and 14. So think about that for a second, what it could have been. So again, I run up the hill just being careless, trying to get the C flag, and don't even get my weapon up before this guy wastes me. So going back up, trying to get C. Teammates got it, so back to the tunnel, trying to get back to the tunnel here, and I think I've got a few more deaths coming before I'm able to get back on my feet again. Going back over here to A, checking the spawns. You definitely want to check because a lot of people camp back there on the ledge, but I'm just trying to do the capturing thing, trying to get the points and get as many points as I can to try to build it to my next streak. Still haven't used my UAV at this point, which is a huge mistake. I should have used it. I should have got that guy, I think. He may have been pre-firing. I don't think I'm running Ghost right now. I think I'm running Blast Shield, Ante Up, and Dead Silence, I think, are my 3 perks here. So at this point I'm getting pretty pissed because I've died several times in a row. I had a good game going, get a little bit careless, and all of a sudden I've got several deaths. I die right here too. Instead of staying behind cover, I try to roll out, and I should have been more cautious. I'm about to show you guys here, in case you don't know, a simple way to get to the C flag if you don't want to come around this corner, because a lot of times enemy will be camping right there, right around the corner. So I'm able to take this guy out. Some of you may know about this already, but you're able to jump through the waterfall, spin around, and you're right here. So running back up to C, try to capture it. Teammates got it for me already, and that's another thing too. You want to have some decent teammates, and I had some pretty decent teammates here. I wasn't in a party, I was playing solo, but ended up with the luck of the draw and got a pretty good team. Now I'm going back to A here, and I make a mistake because they're spawning right back here, and I know they're spawning back here, but I turn my back to their spawn. And what I should have done is face towards their spawn. You always want to face towards their spawn when you're capturing a flag like that, to give yourself an advantage for anybody coming up behind you. Running out right here, I don't always check your corners too. That's another thing that you have to be mindful of. And when I was on my death streak, I wasn't checking my corners very well. I was able to pick up a kill right there with a war machine, but I'm pretty frustrated at this point because I'd pissed away a good game. But as you can see, you're able to pick up a lot of points and a lot of XP by just running back and forth between A and C. You're able to pick up a lot of captures, and I believe that's the end of the match. I think I get kill cam right here. But guys, this has been my first video. It's a little rough, but if it helps you out at all, like, subscribe. And I'm going to start a series coming up called Tips from the Pros. Better players than I will be giving you tips and hopefully dual commentaries. So until then, thanks for listening, thanks for watching, and I'm out.